Hello? Hello, is this thing on? Alright. Hello. It's been a while, but we are having a Sunday TRS again. I've noticed the queue is getting out of hand again. So we need to do something about that, don't we? Alright. We have a bunch of... Oh, I forgot to update the thing. Wait, give me a second. Oops, not that. Sorry, that's not updated yet. 1 second. There. Alright. We have a bunch of runs this time. Funnily enough, just going down the list, they do appear to be going up in survival difficulty, which is a nice coincidence. But we start off with 2 PC98 games, followed by IN, USD, UFO, OK, and then SA. Just a bunch of survival runs today, but it's nice and chill, I guess. And after which, we'll still have a lot of runs to go through in the queue. Oh god, we need to sort out some arrangement for this, but never mind that. Alright. First things first. Let me just turn that off. SOEW Hard Survival with Remusi. This is the offensive shot type. And we are going to be skipping the first 2 stages, because SOEW is a 5-stage game. We'll show the last 3 stages. There's no one else commentating with me right now, but maybe they'll join in later on. Alright, let's just get to it. Tell me if I need to adjust the volume of the video and stuff. Alright, SOEW Survival is... primitive is the word I use, I guess. PC98 games in general lack many of the quality of life features that the Windows era titles do. For one, there's no POC at all, and power gain is even slower than in the Windows titles. So you have to just pick up power items and slowly power up that way. You can see that they're already in stage 3 here, and like their power isn't maxed out. It's still quite a little bit away from maxed out, so yeah, it's kind of harsh that way. I kind of feel like maybe the video's a bit loud. Alright. SOEW stage sections in general are fairly memo heavy. Just need to know how to approach them. I mean, that's shop stages as a whole, but especially when you're playing a pure forward focus shot type like this, you do want to at least anticipate what's coming up ahead. But there are some quirks with PC98 games which you don't see in the... Okay. Yeah, you don't see some of these things in modern Windows titles, like for instance the indestructible enemies there, which basically act as big bullets. Interestingly enough, you get... When you bomb in these games... max power now. You can see that the shots firing out like lasers now. So yeah, it's actually quite strong at dealing with bosses like that, but... when you bomb in the PC98 games, you get double value from every single item that you collect, double score from every item that you collect, and the value of each individual point item is still dependent on your position on the screen. So what score runs will do is they will want to bomb and then move to the top part of the screen. You don't get double score for bombing? Is that not an SOEW? I Ah, yeah, that's not an SOW. Never mind. It's been quite some time since I've played SOW at all, so I must have gotten them mixed up. Oh, missed the bomb pickup, that's fine. Oh no! Bomb? This is a survival run, right? Oh dear, that's like 6, no. Was that like 8 bombs down the drain? Not good. Yes, we are having a Sunday TRS for once. That was... I can only describe that as a train wreck. I believe that was 7 bombs dropped, and then 3 extra bombs after that. So that went pretty much as badly as could have. Oh, come on! Alright, I have a feeling that the player here doesn't exactly know how to handle restreaming, which is why they're getting themselves cornered when they're trying to stream and then dying. It's not too unusual for like a new hard level player to still not like be able to restream comfortably, but it's a skill set that would be immensely useful to know. Especially from this point onwards. Like, streaming is the large majority of most Touhou stages, and constantly firing streams of bullets is basically what the enemies will do. So knowing how to restream comfortably is going to be very useful at some point. Yeah... I think it's very clear that they just don't know how to restream at all. So, oh god, how do they clear like this? Alright, in case the player is watching this VOD or watching this live somehow, the way you restream is that when you know that you're about to run out of space at the edge of the screen, before you actually get cornered, you will preemptively make a large movement into that corner, and what that causes is that there's going to be a bigger gap between the angle that's fired between one wave of aim bullets and the next, and you can use that gap to then try to stream in the other direction, to restream in other words. And that's something that it's a bit hard to visualize, but you need to like understand how to really like do restreaming effectively if you want to be able to dodge many of these aim stage patterns. Unless like you really just plan out where you move completely, which it doesn't seem like that's the case right now. Oh yeah, and all those chain deaths took away a bunch of his power as well, so it's not like... Okay, there we go, he's in yellow power now, but yeah, he lost a lot of power earlier. Do they know how to mash? Not sure, this doesn't really look like mash fire rate to me, but again, I'm not very familiar with the PC98 titles. Alright, here's Marissa. Yeah, that's the thing, like, players who don't know how to stream properly or restream, they're going to lose a lot of resources on stage sections, which, like, if they want to still clear a game regardless, then it's possible for them to still clear just by like doing really well on the boss fights, but it's also so much more, I don't know, inefficient. You really can have much better time by just oh, not another death. You can really make things a lot simpler on yourself by just learning how to stream properly, and from there like, you'll save so many resources on 6 sections. But, well, this is a run that was submitted, and I'm going to assume that this is a clear. So let's see just how well they do on... They have no resources left. And it does look like they're also bombing a lot on like aim patterns. Alright. Yeah, that's another life and bomb, but is that really going to be enough for Mima? Marisa's always been a pretty interesting boss fight, honestly. Like, I don't think Touhou has really used the options in a similar manner since. Oh no! 5 bombs! That's all they have right now. Okay, fair enough, that's a bomb. Don't get ramped. Okay, just bomb, I guess. Okay. Okay. Oh no. 1 life and 3 bombs. That's 6 bombs and 2 mistakes. Is that enough? I know that this stage, like, yeah, that's a power spam section and then another power spam section. This Mima fight needs to be nothing short of, like, way above par for, well, this caliber of play. Ah, you get 5 bombs on the last life, okay. Well, okay, they look like they know what they're doing at least. What? Okay, okay, maybe not. Okay, bomb. Alright. Okay, that dodge. At least, oh, I was gonna say the max power shot can like really damage Mima, but never mind. Bomb. Alright, that's a bomb. Max power, bomb. Okay. Bomb. Alright, final phase. One more bomb. That should be enough, right? Yep. Alright. Not much, there was some good dodging at the start of the fight, but yeah, resource spam. GG. Right. So obviously, the stage sections, there's a lot of just getting cornered and dying, but also stage 3 went horribly. Right, the ending screen. This is such a good image. Alright, that's but yeah, that, oh god, my mouse is blitzing again. Basically it's just the stage sections could have gone a little bit better, and definitely the stage 3 boss fight could have gone a lot better. It could have gone without like losing all of your lives there. But other than that, it's pretty decent run. Very obvious resource abuse, but you know, that's what you do to clear the games. Where's my mouse? Oh my god, my mouse actually just disappeared. Holy crap. Give me a sec. I need to figure out how to get my mouse back. God, where the hell did my mouse cursor go? Forget it. It can still kind of work like this. Right, let me open up these notes. So yes, Kirby Comments run will be next. It's PODD hard scoring with Ellen. Now PODD is a very unique game in the series. It's a Phantasmagoria game, but it features fairly different mechanics from that of POFV. And scoring in that game is, well, it's stall is one of the primary things, but also chaining enemies generally works quite differently from POFV. Also, there's no cancels innately, so you have to just work out how to dodge patterns if you don't want to get hit. Okay, where is my mouse? I'm having to try to hover over stuff like with an invisible cursor. What the hell is happening? God, this is really annoying. I can't find my cursor anymore at all. What the hell happened? Ugh, Christ. Pick the thing. Alright, give me a second while I try to sort this out, though I still don't have my cursor back. I'm literally working on this with keyboard right now. Oh my god, this is annoying. No, no, that's not... No. What the... Oh my god. Well, the cursor reappeared. I think it was stuck inside one of OBS's menus or something. Anyway, right. So, very helpfully, Kirby Comment here has actually provided a bunch of notes, as always, with his runs, but also timestamped the exact point to skip to from the beginning of the video. So, we will begin watching this replay from stage 6 onwards. So, we will be watching 4 fights in total. Alright. Let me update the run information as well. And yeah, Ellen is not a fantastic shot type in this game. Well, there's a few shot types in this game which can be considered not as fantastic, but alright. We'll begin watching now. And let's dive into the explanation notes as well. So, for those who don't know, first of all, PODD is a Phantasmagoria game. The game works as a versus shmup, but obviously this is just against an AI. Campaign mode has you playing against 9 AI opponents consecutively, and for scoring purposes, you'll get a score from defeating enemies, which you can see there's like a chain meter at the top left corner, hit count. On top of that, you can also cancel bullets and defeat the fire-like spirit things, which will also send an EX attack over to your opponent. There's also boss attacks that can happen at specific, I believe, combo counts, and oh, that's a hit, which can happen at specific combo counts, as well as sending a level 4 over to your opponent. There's a charge meter at the bottom of the screen. You get charged by just defeating enemies, and then you can charge a level 1 to perform just an attack on your own side of the field that can take care of enemies. For Ellen's case, you can see that it's the homing arrows that she fires off at the enemies. And when you charge it to level 2 and above, you can send over attacks to your opponent. A level 4 attack is just a boss attack. Aside from that, you also have 2 bombs to work with every fight. And when you're out of bombs and you have max meter, you can activate a hyper, which will grant you invincibility while the meter drains, and oh, that's the fight over. But the hyper will drain, granting you additional shot power and invincibility during its duration while the meter drains, but you can only do it when you have no bombs remaining. Alright, so Ellen is a very annoying shot. The charge attack doesn't pierce, so your damage output against bosses is very bad because you'll be hitting a lot of enemies instead of the bosses. The charge speed is advertised as 1 star, but your charge speed is actually even slower than Rikako's, so charging attacks is really difficult with Ellen. Slower charge speed means you'll get hit more easily, so level 2s that you might use for scoring, for instance, you would have to resort to charging level 1 instead just to kill off enemies to defend yourself properly. It's a big problem just having slow charge speed in general, but the level 2 is a very good scoring attack, but that's primarily because when you send attacks over to your opponent, especially level 2 attacks, there's a lot of cancelable bullets in them, and you want the AI to cancel them because that causes the bullets to be reflected onto your side of the field, and they will like just fly down onto your field. You can see in just a random spam. You can cancel those for more score as well, so unironically you want your opponent to be able to cancel more bullets so that you can cancel the bullets back. So Ellen is actually a very good scoring character, but you obviously have to work for that score because the shot has several glaring weaknesses. Not the least of which is that she really can't deal with boss attacks of her own very well, thanks to the level 1 charge attack not being able to hit the boss reliably. Whereas other characters may have more like effective ways of dealing with the bosses. Sort of the DDC Sakiabi of this game, I guess. But Ellen actually has like surprisingly amounts of power. It's just that the power is like badly aimed. So there will be 1 suicide in this stage, 2 suicides in stage 8, and 1 suicide in stage 9. You suicide in this game primarily because you actually want to extend the duration of the matches. You want to make sure that you don't really end the game with too many extra lives, because it's not worth it. Like, you get a lot more score from suiciding and then playing around. So you will intentionally plan suicides in this game just so that you can get more score out of these rounds. But obviously you don't want to suicide too many times in a single round, because then the AI timer, before they start taking hits and then eventually suicide, is going to drop further and further. So you also don't want to do it too early because the AI will have a very low timer in that case. So the balance here is to suicide in the last 3 stages only, and at most twice, but 1 suicide in 2 stages and 1 suicide otherwise. Why not use the bomb before suicide? No, you didn't get any score from them, yeah. So the suicides are placed like that because unlike Lunatic, you start each stage with significantly lower rank and enemies also start out with a slower move speed. These 2 things reduce score potential. When you start a new round after a suicide, the boss rank resets to its original value +2 on hard and the spell rank does not reset. On top of that, the enemies start with a higher move speed and reach top speed sooner into the round. This extra score potential makes up for the fact that the round itself is going to be shorter. So the suicides are worth it, but you still want to make the most out of when you suicide. And yeah, Hypers, like I explained earlier, the AI is actually using that right now, was using that earlier, where it will grant you invincibility and give you a buffed up shot for a short duration of time while your meter drains, but it drains your meter, requires you to have a full gauge, and requires you to have used up both of your bombs as well, which is not necessarily good for scoring. Right, round 1 timers on hard for stage 6 is 2 minutes and 5 seconds, stage 7 is 2 minutes 20 seconds, stage 8 is 3 minutes 40 seconds, and stage 9 is infinite. So that's the infamous part about Yumemi, is that she has an infinite timer for round 1, so she will only get hit if she's like basically randomly hit. Like, she will not intentionally go get hit like many of the other AI in the game, at least on round 1. The later rounds, she will eventually have a lower and lower timer. Alright, we're going to stage 8, so we're gonna fight Chiori now. But Chiori and Yumemi are fairly difficult opponents. This is a very difficult game in general. You don't have any means of cancelling bullets other than killing enemies, so you will need to learn how to dodge almost all of the boss attacks. It's not like POFV where you're able to just level 2 spam your way through most situations. You can't do that here. You have to learn how to dodge, and it makes this game's difficulty like much higher than POFV as a result. Just clearing this game in itself can be very difficult, let alone trying to score it. So Kirby obviously played this game for a long time already, so they're aware of how to dodge almost all of these patterns comfortably, and even then they'll still get hit. But in stage 8 here, the notes say that Chiori actually takes 2 hits early, which forces him to suicide earlier, and that's something that can happen. Sometimes the AI will just accidentally get hit too early, and then you can't risk not suiciding, because obviously if you suicide too late, that means that the AI's already died, and then you don't get any chance to score the round at all. Considering that there is 2 suicides planned in this stage, that's going to be forced to be well, I don't know about planned, but there's like no set plan. It's just like, I guess you could try to suicide on your Yumemi, but then that's also very risky. So yeah, you just need to make sure that you spend your lives. But that's one thing about Ellen. It's just her level 1 attack, it's great at just like homing onto enemies that are spawning in from very awkward positions that you wouldn't be able to hit otherwise, but at the same time, level 1s in general, you also want them to be able to hit bosses and kill them quickly, because boss attacks in this game can be very problematic if left alone for too long. And you obviously have also like very little control over where the shot itself actually aims. So yeah, that's a suicide there. Running into the laser there is intentional just to make sure that the player dies before Chiri does. Alright, so this is the second round. There's going to be 3 rounds of this fight, because of 2 suicides. So I guess now would be a good time to also explain Chiri's gimmicks. Chiri has a bunch of different types of attacks, but the most annoying ones are her EX attacks being randomly angled diagonal lasers, and then her other attacks either being just constant streams of aim bullets, or the boss attack being massive amounts of spam of reflectable white bullets. You can negate the difficulty of some of her attacks just by killing enemies and clearing the bullets with them, but you can see here just how long the aim spam lasts. So if you're caught in a bad position, you could, or if the lasers decide to wall you in, you could end up taking hits unintentionally like there. Oh! Ooh! Alright, that was a bomb used for survival, I assume? But if you look at Chiri's side of the screen, the right side of the screen, you can actually see some of Ellen's attacks herself. Ellen's attack, the level 2, sends over a bunch of just aimed white pellets, and it's a lot of them across the entire screen, which is good because then the AI can reflect them back to you. But if you're not able to dodge the random reflected bullets comfortably, then they can be also quite bad, because the reflected bullets have a lot of speed with them. And oh my god, this RNG! Oh! That's unfortunate, but it happens. Survival mistakes happen, and honestly, Chiri is just like that sometimes. Okay. Alright, that was a nice wave of enemies to help open up a gap, but that looked pretty nasty for a while there. Ooh. So, regarding the combo count, I believe that gives you more score if, right? So, you will want to try to catch as many of the fire, or rather spirit enemies with your cancels in your cancel chains as much as possible, because those can really like skyrocket your hit counter. The downside then is that it could trigger what's well, I watched a lot of Yeshi playing this game, and he wants to actually, for him, because he's going for LNN survival, he wants to avoid doing that precisely because it can trigger just a reflecting battle, where the fireballs get reflected back and forth between the 2 screens, which is great and also terrible at the same time, because it can send a bunch of level 4s over to your opponent and back, and then you have to deal with a lot more to dodge. But for scoring, it's very good to do that, I have to assume. Jesus, these lasers! That's like the other problem. This is worse than Mercer and POFV, arguably. Yeesh. The red fireballs you create after reflecting the blue fireball gives more spell points than... Oh, so if you reflect the blue fireball chain, then that can give your opponent even higher chances of sending a boss attack over to you. So yeah, That sounds really bad for survival, but for scoring, you have to do that. Alright. We're now at the infamous Yumemi fight. Yumemi has very, very annoying attacks in general. There's one of her boss attacks that's just random bullshit, and she can fire it really low on the screen if she feels like it. Her EX attack forces you to make a lot of movement. It's just a very nasty boss fight in general. And of course, the AI here has infinite timer. So, if the AI doesn't feel like dying, well, the AI never feels like dying, but unless the AI gets like trapped in by a bunch of bullets and actually does get hit, then you're not gonna be able to land many hits on her. The boss attack behavior in this game also honestly acts really weirdly. Sometimes they'll linger on the screen a lot and like do a lot of attacks, but the attacks that they choose is random, I believe, and sometimes they can also just choose to wander off the bottom of the screen, like Ellen did earlier. Alright, oh my god, that dodge! Alright, this is the random attack, and then a name barrage, and then oh my god, those crosses. Alright, cross spam, that's another one of her boss attacks. Boss lingering around only happens if Yumemi does the cross attack, which lets you know exactly what attack is coming. That's nice at least, but Yumemi is a really infamous boss. If you watch the right side of the screen, you can actually see that Ellen's boss attacks herself fires off almost nothing but white pellets. So that's fantastic if the AI cancels the bullet and sends the bullets back over to be reflected, and that gives you more chance to cancel more bullets for score. But yeah, at the same time, it also makes it like more difficult to really trap the AI. Though that's very difficult to begin with. You can see that the AI does not get hit by like almost every situation. Oh, yeah. Yikes. So the notes here says that the first round was really bad. Ellen matches up really badly against Yumemi. Her slow charge speed allows Yumemi to put up a lot of pressure, and Yumemi's EX attack, the crosses, absorb most of Ellen's shots she fires from her level 1. Directly killing Yumemi's boss with Ellen takes a lot of effort. You end up having to rely on getting rid of her with her boss reversals, which is largely luck based. Yeah, it's not a fun fight. And that random pellet attack. Oh god, what was that RNG? Ah! Oh my god, that's a wall. Ugh. The random cloud attack can, yeah, she fires that off almost instantaneously. It's like just hard to react to, and she can do it really low if she wants to, and it's a bunch of just dense random spam, which is very nasty to work with. And of course, Yumemi's other attacks just really obstruct you at the same time as all of that happening. Now, if there was a human player playing against Ellen's EX attacks, that would be also really nasty, because you can see Ellen's EX attacks are these like orbiting, circling orbs. Those are, I mean, those are just really annoying to work with as well. But the AI doesn't care. With the spam, you just want to hope to have enemies in front to cancel as many of the blows as you can. You sometimes delay the enemies to use them as a shield. Yeah. How large is the cross hitbox? Oh no. Is this going to clear? It's not unusual for PODD score runs to not clear, but this is not looking good. Oh no, 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 no! Yeah, this is easily one of the hardest, well, if not the hardest boss in the entire series, honestly. Elements of this game involve having to beat Yumemi on round 1, which again, she has no timer on round 1, so you have to just land random hits on her. But yeah, technically, sometimes you just get a ridiculously easy Yumemi fight just by pure luck. Oh no! Okay, that's a hyper. Yeah, so Kirby here is actually using a hyper. You can see the gauge is draining at the bottom, and he has permanent invincibility during the entire period, but it drains the entire gauge. Alright. The crosses aren't being too bad right now. Oh. Okay, nice. Yumemi died really fast there. Yumemi died really fast again. Alright. Very nice, that's a clear. GG. Alright, let's go ahead and skip ahead to the results screen. That's a really big PB. Yeah, well done. That's PODD scoring. It's very difficult. PODD is just a really difficult game as a whole. But yeah, thanks for the notes, and thanks for submitting the replay. And GG on the run. We are going to move on now, next to Iron Heart with Reimu Solo Final A. Give me a second while I switch things over. Oh, so for those of you asking about what this background is, this is one of the spells in the fan game Infinite Blade Pavilion. It's the first spell of the Stage 4 boss Magura. IBP, yes. Alright, the replay here, the submission here requests that we show the boss and mid-boss sections of stages 1 to 3. Run note says this run is awful, so don't expect much. It's been a while since I played Iron, so I was very rusty. I intended to reset after dying in stage 2, but decided to see the run to the end. Clear or not, I figured it was worth sharing nonetheless. Alright, So let's get into it, and we will see that Solo Reimu is a shot type that has problems in this game. The problem is she's weak as hell. Even compared to Yukari, Solo Reimu faces several issues. For one, the solo shots face issues. The solo human shots, they cannot stop hitting the familiars, even on boss fights, which means that there are some attacks in which the boss will absorb almost all of the damage, or rather the boss itself won't get hit by many shots, the familiars will absorb all of the damage. This also happens on stage sections. There are some stage sections, for instance stage 4, where the familiars will eat a huge amount of damage before you can get through to the fairies themselves, and that can cause you to be much slower in killing certain death fairies, which is obviously bad. Boss familiars will transfer some damage. I don't believe that the stage familiars transfer any damage. Hang on. No, they probably I actually don't remember, but okay, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, the familiar mechanic in Iron is like one that's pretty nice. I would like to see it explored more, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen again. It actually makes like stage design in Iron fairly much more interesting, more complex, and the way that you like score the stages in Iron is very interesting as a result of how the familiars work, the entire familiar system. Like it actually just comes together really nicely, and this is the problem. Yeah, so you can see right now that like the fairies here likes to spawn just the familiars non-stop. So whereas with teams or yokai shots, you can just not hit the familiars and hit the fairy instead. That's not an option here. You have to hit the familiars, and that means that like you actually won't be able to do much damage up front against these enemies. So what you can do as a compromise is to actually circle around the enemy so that your homing shot, which is the saving grace of Reimu really, so that your homing shot can hit the boss from different angles where the familiars are not spawning. But that's about it really. Looks like they're not really going for the time requirement here. That's fine, it's just a 1cc. Alright, earlier we saw a death bomb in stage 1 of Iron. For those of you who are unaware, Iron is the only game in the series to feature a unique death bombing mechanic, where if you death bomb on not the first frame of your death bomb window, you'll actually spend 2 bombs instead of 1. And that triggers a stronger version of your death bomb, or rather, with a team shot, it will trigger a stronger version of your other character's bomb. So if you were using your unfocused shot at the time you got hit, and then you death bomb, you will trigger a stronger version of your focused death bomb. But here with a solo shot, it's just going to trigger a stronger version of your bomb regardless, so it's going to be a stronger version of Fantasy Seal. But the kicker is that oftentimes you don't need to use the stronger version of the bomb anyway. Many of the attacks in the game will be finished off by just your shot damage on top of your bomb damage, just your regular bomb damage. So if you were to just bomb normally, you probably could have finished off the attack in just a single bomb. It makes getting hit and death bombing in this game more punishing than in pretty much every other Touhou title. You have a huge death bomb window in this game, but the death bomb window comes at the cost of, well, costing more resources if you were to use it too much. And it's one of the most common pitfalls in Touhou pretty much, where especially for lower level players and beginning players, they will not bomb early enough, and so that causes them to end up abusing, or rather relying on the that causes them to rely too much on the death bomb mechanics, and that causes them to have much less resources than they should otherwise have. But that death there, I mean, it's not unusual to die on Mystia, especially on Lunatic, where she has actually a few very difficult patterns, but this is like a 1cc level run, so it really should have been a bomb, but it's alright. Early game deaths are awkward, it's easy, tempting to restart, but they're not necessarily the end of the world. Alright, I forgot to skip stage 2 earlier, so let's skip the stage 3 stage section, which is almost nothing, honestly. It's just aimed. I didn't say anything. Alright, Kane has a fairly unique mechanic in how the familiars fire their shots. If you are playing as a human character, then the shots fired out will be cyan and they'll travel faster, but if you're playing as a yokai character, then they'll fire off dark blue, and that will be slower. But you're playing a solo shot right now, so you have to deal with just the fast ones. And yeah, this is one of the attacks where it's very obvious that the familiars do transfer some damage over to the boss, but it's at a generally lower rate than if you were to just hit the boss itself. Because this spell is taking significantly longer than if you were to do this with a yokai shot, for instance. Solo Yukari can take care of this, or even just border team playing as Yukari can take care of that spell much faster. Yeah, those deaths really hurt. This stage is pretty much all aimed at its entirety. That happens if you get a bit too greedy with trying to poke and like don't plan your movements or enemy kills, because then it can throw those aimed patterns into like a more wall-like pattern, which is just not nice to deal with. Alright, F Melody is a pretty awkward pattern. You want to try to kill off at least 1 or 2 familiars on the sides near the bottom edge before they can hit the bottom edge of the screen, because then you have a less awkward angle of bullets to deal with. They're actually moving quite close to Kane to try to shotgun her, which is interesting. You can hit, and I believe... Hang on, no. I'm not sure if you... No, I think you can kill off some of the familiars on this spell. Yeah, you can. Alright, bomb. And you can see that just one bomb alone was able to take care of enough of the spell to just kill it off. So the death bombs are not really necessary. It's really more so a punishment system for relying on your death bombs too much. Invincible from Buddhist Diamond. No, you can. I believe you can kill. I'm not sure. I think you can kill some familiars on Buddhist Diamond. It just has a lot of health, so you need something like Solo Yomi to be able to do it. And like, you really don't want to be hitting the familiars on Buddhist Diamond anyway. It's actually one of the worst patterns in the game in terms of Solo Human, because obviously you're gonna do so much less damage to the pattern than like with a yokai shot, so you almost can't kill them? Huh, alright. Yeah, this spell gets really tanky if you're unable to hit the boss as well. In general, you're just gonna notice that there's a bunch of spells where the familiars, they don't like transmit enough damage over to the boss, and it ends up making the pattern take significantly longer than it should. Ah! Alright, see, this pattern is actually static. The arrowheads are aimed, but the lasers are static, so that is one of the spells that should have been... Or rather, it's one of the spells that should be routed. Or bombed. But, well... Oh well. How many deaths is this so far? Oh god. 5. The remaining extents are 500, 800, 1100. And then there's one extent in stage 5. So that is only 3. Only 3 lives left after this. So they only have 5 lives remaining for the rest of the game. Iron is quite generous with resources, but this is a lot of mistakes in the early game. And stage 4, like I said at the beginning of the run, this is exactly the example of some enemies that might take a bit too long for you to kill, more than your comfort zone. Definitely quite awkward to deal with, but it's still oh, I don't know what that was. That was just moving into the bullet. The wall was right there. Just move in the other direction and you'll be fine. Alright, Marissa is another problem. You can actually kill the feminist. I need to stop talking. You can kill the feminist on Marissa's non-spells, but sometimes it makes things a bit easier, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's still very awkward to deal with. The next non-spell is going to be very, very awkward to deal with. Wait, is it the next one? I think it's the next one. With Solo Reimu, because she just doesn't do nearly as much damage as you would with... oh my god! I know Asteroid Rod is a hard pattern, but still... This is... oh my god! Okay, at least that was a normal bomb. Yeah, it's just pattern. So this non... likes to wall. Like, it's the whole shtick of this non. It's an entirely static non... It's a static non-spell, but you have to route exactly what gaps you take, and then still factor in the boss's RNG movement on top of that. Alright. But that should be pretty much all of the threatening patterns on Marissa. The rest are fairly simple routes. Asteroid Belt here. Oh, the bottom strat. Okay. Oh, sorry, not Astral God, Event Horizon. Alright, that's a cap. This resource count is sad, I guess. Oh no! What was that? No! Alright. If you're watching Void, you have to learn the stages. Like, it's clearly what's happening here is that you're like not really being able to react to what's happening in the stage section. So, like, you basically just try to poke at very bad times, they end up getting like kicked by the enemies or by familiars, and then your movements on some of the aim sections end up creating walls that you're not able to react to as well. I have no idea how this run is going to make it past this stage at this rate, but... well, I guess okay, the RNG is being decent on this non right now. Okay. Start... what was this again? Starlight Ray. No, not Starlight Ray. This is, Starlight Typhoon. Starlight Typhoon is, oh, they're doing it the ethical way? This spell has a safe strat. You notice that there's actually no large stars at all, to the left of Marissa, and with a homing shot, and with Solo Yomu, or rather with Yomu, you're able to actually hit the boss, from the left side of the screen. So if you go to the left side of the screen, to Marissa's level position, then the only thing you have to deal with for the entire pattern is just the aim stars that Marissa fires out. that's like the significantly easier method that a lot of people like to do on that pattern, on hard and lunatic. Alright, that non gets much easier as you kill the familiars, but now double spark. Double spark is fairly simple. Okay, well, yeah, they're not, it doesn't look like they're comfortable with trying to dodge that, so a bomb is fair. And this should be able to do enough damage to pick it up before the next spark comes in. There we go. Alright, Shoot the Moon is the last spell. I don't believe that this should be too difficult on hard. You need to just slightly react to where the familiars are coming in. Thankfully, Reimu cannot get hit by familiars. That's one of her unique properties. Both of team's unique properties actually, but actually no, that doesn't make sense. It's Reimu's unique property where she can't get hit by familiars. She can't get like physically hit by familiars. So you won't get like rammed by familiars on that pattern, but it would still be necessary to at least like react to where the familiars are landing so you can dodge the, or rather move faster to avoid getting walled in by the laser, because the rest of the pattern is just streaming. But yeah, the familiars and Shoot the Moon also don't have a hitbox. Why did Sun make them red? I don't think they were red, but it's just like the pattern wouldn't really work if the familiars had a hitbox. I don't think it'd be very fair if they did. Oh my god. See what I mean? See what I mean? They're poking in like very bad positions because they're like not aware of like the upcoming stage sections. But I guess at least crisis averted. Alright. I wager they're going to die to Tay. This is much less dense than I remembered it. This is hard mode. Ah, well, there we go. No, it's not really. You run a very low risk of missing the 1100 extend if you don't POC, but like you have so many point items in stage 6, both stage 6s, that like it's not really worth being too greedy for POCs. And like it's not like they can't POC. Like you can POC during the stage sections, during the sections they're POCing at, but you need to know where the upcoming enemies are, so you don't just run headfirst into them, which is what's happening most of the time. And yeah, Final B does have more items in the stage section than Final A. Or rather, like you can POC more easily on 6B than 6A. But it's just like the POCs that they're doing right now are clearly more detrimental than they are beneficial. Oh my god! Oh, that wall. Okay, okay. One more extend from 1100. 1 life and 4 worms right now. Raisin is thankfully a very easy boss fight in general, so this should be okay. Is there any way to avoid killing familiars? You have to just not shoot them. That's pretty much the only way. Thankfully, there's like not really any reason not to kill familiars. It's not like the familiars fire like revenge shots in this game. It's just that they soak up damage, and there's no way to get around that as a solo human shot. It's one of the reasons why solo Yomu is so good in this game is that she has really high damage shots, and that basically makes up for some of the damage being sponged up by the familiars, because she can kill off the enemies with proper angling, mind you. She can kill off the enemies really quickly regardless. But even then, she has patterns that she struggles with, For instance, in 6B, she has to deal with Buddha's Diamond, where like Kaguya is entirely obfuscated by the familiars. So you will have to like just slowly transmit damage over to Kaguya that way. Oh god! Yeah, this nun can get pretty nasty if you don't kill the familiars fast enough, but... A death bomb is really bad at this point. Any death bombs at this point is bad, but, well, I guess it's better than dying. Alright, the gaps are being nice so far, but... Okay. I think they were pretty much safe by not being able to hit by the familiars. Alright. Okay, this nun gets easier as you kill off some of the familiars, but you can't kill off the ones on the left and right. So yeah, this is about as easy as it gets. Alright, Mind Stopper. This is actually a fairly difficult pattern. Alright, they know what they're doing at least somewhat. Alright, down, dodge one, up, 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 move up, move up. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Through, then dodge. Okay, that's nice. Okay, looks like they'll have to do one more wave at least. Yeah, they'll have to... Wow, okay, nice cap. And finally, Invisible Full Moon, which is just stat. Well, it's not. The pattern is routed and acts in an entirely static way, so you just need to move into the right positions every single time. They're doing the relatively bottom strat, I guess, where you move into that position. It's safe enough, and they know what they're doing, so. Yeah, the Raisin fight is thankfully a very easy boss fight, so this run will be able to make it into stage 6. But whether a clear... That's right, there's one more problem. Okay, well that, but also, the amount of items dropped by the enemies in stage 6 A and B are determined by how many familiars are left alive when you kill off the main fairy. So if you're playing solo human, there's a chance that you accidentally kill off the familiars, or rather kill off too many of the familiars to deny yourself too many items. But thankfully, it looks like with solo Reimu, your damage is not good enough to really be able to kill off the familiars. Oh, well, there we go. One got killed off by accident there. But you can see, they comfortably hit 1100. Even if you don't hit 1100 in this hallway, Erin still drops a fair amount of point items, so it's not like you have to poke that aggressively in the game. But it's more so a problem of how, like, the position in which they proc... It's a hard non-spell, I can understand. Alright, Earth in a pot. It's kinda just routing. Gets a bit easier when you kill some familiars. Opens up a bit more of a gap, but okay. Alright, that's fine. This Erin fight needs to be nothing short of phenomenal to clear. Alright, let's see how they do. First non is tricky, but it's slow enough that they should be able to react to it and dodge, which they are doing quite nicely. Never mind. One bomb should be able to take care of it though. And then we move on to the first spell. Genealogy of the Skyborn. Uh, yeah, this is... I never really figured out like what you really should be doing on this pattern, but bottom hugging generally seems okay. And then... Oh, okay, nice dodge. And then it's just dodging the rice. But, yeah. Okay, nice cap. You're off to a good start so far. Second non can get a bit awkward. But it's mostly just about dodging these overlapping waves of the red rice bullets, so... Reimu having the smallest hitbox in the game, along with Yukari, should be able to help with that at least. Okay, nice. Then, Rising game. Oh, no! No! No. Oh, no. Okay, this non, bubble non, very awkward. It's kind of hard to tell where the gaps are if you're not familiar with bubble hitboxes. Yep. Oh no, this is not good. They probably will have to bomb this again. Move right, okay. Thank goodness Reimu can't get hit by the familiars. Left, okay, that's a good bomb, this is not enough resources. Amoikane's brain, I guess if they cap this they have a chance, but this spell is static, so they need to know what they're doing at least. Okay, they're not comfortable with dodging that. That's fair. Final non. This non is very clippy. The jelly bean hitboxes are quite deceptive, and it's a lot of crisscrossy, so you need to really know how to read this pattern. Which they're doing quite well so far, actually. Okay. Okay, nice cap. You can't kill the brain familiar, no. Are they doing the safe spot? Okay. Ooh. I can't imagine this is particularly safe, but they're doing it. They did it! What the hell? Alright, only one spell left. Okay. Astronomical Entombing has... okay, generally speaking, for me at least, I prefer to kill off the familiars on the sides first on Astronomical Entombing because those are going to be the most awkward angles of bullets to deal with. But killing off the ones on top first is trying to reduce the overall density of the bullet. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, and that's a really big problem on this spell. Your bomb does pretty much nothing to the familiars. It doesn't really do any damage, so you're really relying on mostly on your shot to like take care of the familiars before you can try to kill off Aaron. And you really should be trying to take care of the familiars on the side. Like there's no rush on this spell to try to kill off early. The spell itself gets so much easier if you just kill off all of the familiars, and they're not doing that. Oh my god, what is this dodging? I guess they're just not gonna kill the familiars, which is really awkward. The bubbles on this spell are actually like aimed at and around you, so like trying to kill off the familiars on the side will not really cause like too many extra bullets to spawn from them. It's just a little bit like they did it. Wow. Okay. That's a 0-0 clear. Let's just see if they can how long they last on Horror Elixir then. That's one hell of a run. Yeah, that run was pretty much entirely saved by a fantastic Raisin and Aaron fight. Because the stage sections were really bad. But yeah, one hell of a run. Just preemptive GGs first. Let's see how they do. At least they do seem to know at least what they're doing on the first phases of Horror Elixir. So it's, I mean, the main difficulty of Horror Elixir is just in the last few phases. So let's see how long they last. All right, make it down to the bottom. Mishaguji. Nice. Yeah, they're. Oh! Well, that's a pretty common fail point, but still, GG is very, very, very close run there. Again, a lot of the deaths were avoidable. Mostly just from like having better familiarity with the stage sections, or being less greedy with the pox, or just generally like not walling yourself in a streaming situation, and a lot of death bombs as well. But still, like really, really good performance on the last two stages saved you in the end. So yeah, GG's. And yeah, Apollo 11 safe spot, I did not expect them to pull that out. It's not really like, it's a strat that we know about, but it's not really something that people use because it's a very precise safe spot. It's easier with Reimu and Yukari, sure, but it's still not something that like people would really be that confident going for. But they managed to nail every single wave of that just fine, so props to them with that. Alright, our next run is going to be EOSD Lunatic Survival with Reimu B. Give me a second when I switch things over. Nope, nope, not that. Alright. 1 second. There it is. Alright, before we get into the run, let's check the notes and the skips. Usual skips. Notes. My first Lunatic EOSD 1cc I did 1 year ago and forgot about it. It happens. It includes stage 4 gorilla routing. Okay. Dying with full bomb stack. And SG torture because why not? I guess we have some highlights to look forward to then. Alright, so we're going to be skipping through the first 3 stages as usual. But USD as a... well, USD Lunatic is just 1cc in this game is just a pretty like I guess transitionary phase for Lunatic 1cc's. There's a lot of like viable shot types to pick from, and generally it's a very straightforward game to go through. A lot of RNG obviously, but at this level the RNG is not that, like, you're not really going to cap the hard RNG stuff anyway, so it's not like it really affects you yet. But primarily it's about like learning how to do the stage sections, and then learning how to do as many boss patterns as you can. Okay, using the safe spot there is pretty reasonable. Oh, okay, pumped regardless. Why is Cherno so mean with her first homing non? It's it's weird, but it is a pretty difficult non-spell. 2 bombs left? Yeah, they bombed on Cherno's first non. Oh! Right, did they bomb earlier? I can't remember. Yeah, die drops a bomb, I don't remember anymore. Start of stage 2. Yeah, that's pretty, if you want extra power from that point, then you bomb there, but it's not really a necessary bomb. It helps to clean things up a bit, I guess. It is just an aim section if you don't want to bomb it, though. I actually want to watch this mailing fight because mailing is like one of the first difficult RNG points of the game, so we will slow things down here. This Dream Vine. Ooh, that was a bad spot to be in. Should have really moved out of the way, but can't really expect them to react to it at a 1cc level. Alright, this non is really, really scary. Since you have to do an unfocused dash on the red wave. Alright. Final. See if the RMG screws them over. Okay, it's not being nice. Alright, yeah, that's a fair enough bomb. But yeah, it's a... For a 1cc, this is pretty much as good as pace as you wanted to stage 4. But apparently stage 4 was not routed, or rather gorillaed, so that is going to be a disaster. This stage section is mostly aim stuff, but if you just flail around too much during it, it turns into a pretty much undodgeable mess really, really fast. And of course there's books. Okay. Alright, so far so good. Cut off that one, move over to the right side. Nice. Very nice. What was that? That was entirely avoidable. Alright, 1 bomb books. That's decent. Bomb Koakuma? Yeah, bomb Koakuma. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now the aim starts. They're doing this right, actually. The laser books, you need to start in a corner and then slowly stream inwards. Nice. It's fine. You just need to adjust dash a little bit when the laser spawns in if you're too far to the left. No, that... That is why you don't make sudden movements in this stage. No, not again! It's like they know what to do, but then they just like decide to do something to screw it up. No! Oh my god. Saved by the power cancel. Okay, they know what they're doing on this section at least. Yeah. Okay. that that bomb and death was entirely avoidable, but okay, it's fine, it's fine. And actually, it looks like they didn't really know how to position themselves properly for the pinwheels afterwards, so the power cancel saved them. This does mean that their Apache is going to be starting off at a low rank. Let's see how they do then. Yeah, Burying Lake is like that. Oh. Wow, that's like no confidence in dodging that pattern at all, but that's fine. Okay. Green Storm is fairly intense random dodging. That's understandable. Alright, Water Elf. Just a pretty awkward spell to deal with, but... Oh! It looks like they're really uncomfortable with the bubble hitboxes, which is... no, justified, but... They're not really making the tight dodges as required of that spell at that point. Alright, oh, that means low rank Mercury Poison. Though, to be honest, I kinda got used to dodging low rank Mercury Poison when I was doing my 1ccs, because I would just keep dying on Patchy as well, so... if you know how to do it, it's not that awful. Alright, Emerald Megalith. This needs to be bombed pretty much. Unless you get like phenomenal RNG. Which they seem to be... okay, never mind. Alright, stage 5. It looks like they know stage routes, at least roughly. So they should be able to do this stage just fine. Though I don't know if they... okay, yeah, they're doing top strat then. That's really low. Yeah, it works. Alright, they... okay, yeah, good. They're killing the wall fairies fast so they don't end up walling in. Alright, using... almost got gimped by the knives there, but okay. Fun part income... oh, no, don't tell me that you screwed this up. That's still a lot more health to go through. Shoot? Hello? Oh, this is gonna time out, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. Oh! Ah! No! Why? Why? Oh god. Wow, that was a disaster. Alright then, we have really low rank for Sakuya. Which, I don't know if that's good or bad news, honestly. Okay, Jack the Ludo. Alright, yeah, doing this try, that's fine. This bubble energy is not good. Okay, that's fine. Okay, wall nons. Oh! Nicely done. Alright, the world. Oh, nice dodge. Very nice. Last non, should be fine. Okay, that's it. I don't really know if that bomb was necessary at all, but that's fine. Alright, Katie, this has to be this RNG. Is this gonna be one more bomb? They're gonna fight for it. Nice. Alright. This is yeah, this is really good pace going to stage 6 actually. Ooh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I can read the Japanese. But the patterns in this game are in a static order, so like if you memorize the boss fights, then you'll be able to like understand. You'll be able to tell which patterns are which anyway. Oh, oh my god, that was a wall. Ah, I failed the weak spot. Oh, that's a mood. Ugh. It's okay, it's okay. This is still good pace for Remilia. If you know enough of how to do Remilia's boss fight, this is more than enough resources for it, but yeah. That mid boss was really nasty. Alright, first non, static-ish, so you should be able to do just fine on it. Yep, nice. Alright, Young Demon Lord. Yeah, this is... Oh, okay. Okay. Second non should be easy enough. Thousand Needle Mountain. Oh, that was a wrong gap, but it's okay. This spell is usually a bomb anyway. Right, did not get baited into trying to pocket a knife non, that's good. Okay, Vampire Illusion. RNG is nice so far, needs to move right. Okay, needs to deal with that. Good. Wow, I would have bombed already, but that's good dodging. That's gonna be a cap. Nice. Admittedly, there wasn't like a wall formed really, but yeah, still a very nice cap regardless. It just happens. Like this non is surprisingly difficult. Catches you off guard sometimes with the random spam. It's primarily because the random spam accelerates downwards that it can be kind of awkward to try to dodge or try to predict the path of. Okay, nice death bomb, but yeah, Meister. Probably needs to be another bomb, yep. And then shotgun to try to take care of it. This isn't gonna be a third bomb, is it? Oh! It's still alright, it's still alright. This is more than enough for SG. Oh! The really nasty thing about SG is that every time you bomb or die on it, it basically forces you into the random spam bubbles, the 48 wave bubbles wave, which is one of the most awkward parts of the spell to deal with. Like, the walls are primarily formed by walls are primarily formed by the angling bubbles choosing to throw the bullets at a bad direction, which isn't happening yet, but the random spam itself is actually quite dense to deal with, so... And of course you have to dodge the bubbles, which is very awkward, but... this is not good. Alright! 0-0 clear. Another one. GG's. That's that's a lot of bombs dropped. I noticed that's a lot of bombs that you dropped there, but still a very nice run. It's like pretty much what everyone's Lunatic 1cc for USD looks like, and you did quite well for that. Yeah, 3 bomb Skylark Meister is unfortunate. Usually you take care of that in like 2 bombs or so, but after the first bomb left you in a bad position and you didn't shotgun, it was kind of expected to happen. And dying on Remy's non is just eh. But yeah, very nice run there. We're gonna move on now to the next run, which is... UFO LMB with Reimu A. Give me a second. Cherno was the stage 2 boss of EOSD, so they were way past that at the point that you joined in. Alright, let's have a look at the notes here. Skip the usual. Good credit with ups and downs. We'll have a look at what these ups and downs are. This is a UFO run with no bombs, but summons will probably be used because it's not specified. So with summons, the game does give you a lot more resources to work with, but it's going to still be a very, very difficult game. So let's have a look at how they do. We're gonna skip through the first 3 stages, but I do want to watch the Ichirin fight. Alright, red, rainbow. They're not going to be able to preserve that token, so this is going to be the 4 summon route. Okay, rainbow to start. That's kind of interesting. I don't really see people intentionally avoiding killing those enemies entirely out of fear of the suicide bullets, but it's fine. It does mean 1 less resource UFO in stage 2, but it's safe enough. Oh! Well, I mean, Kogasa is a difficult boss. That was pretty much expected to happen. Stage 3 stage actually went well. So, right, Ichirin. Alright, this is the most difficult Ichirin spell probably. Okay. Nice. Alright, second spell, it's just routing, so this should be a fairly simple cap. I mean, I was in the Call of Gastari yesterday, so I guess that did something. It is a fairly scary spell regardless, but yeah, it's an unfortunate death. Ah! No! Oh, this is not good. Eesh, 2 power. It's fine. Stage 4 is very generous with the UFOs. You should still be able to recover, but it's a rough start. Going for a rainbow? Fair enough. Helps to clean out the bullets if nothing else. Nice. Ah, missed that one, but... Oh, can't pick up... Oh, okay. Nice dodging. But yeah, you're gonna want to pick that one up. That token's gonna despawn then. Is it? Actually, you could have summoned it here. New Ball actually has, like, the fairies that you kill off on New Ball should generally drop enough items to fill up the UFO regardless. But it's okay. It's understandable to, like, want to focus on just New Ball alone. Alright. Ooh, almost picked up the blue. Yeah. Middle of the screen here is safe. And then aimed. Not gonna be able to pick that up, but there should be a red to pick up here. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's a good idea to just focus on the streaming then. But now there's a lot of tokens on screen. Oh, did not fill that one up. Alright, good dodging. Very good dodging there. Can we get a red summon? There we go. Can we get a kill? One more? Okay, good. Yeah, not bad, not bad. For how bad the Ichirin fight went, this is decent recovery. This is actually what a lot of people who complain about UFO having like no resources, this is pretty much what they miss. Stage 4 is a stage that gives you a lot of UFO tokens to work with, and if you're good at summoning, especially with Sanaebi where you can just bomb and summon, it can give you a lot of resources back. But, well, obviously the late game is very, very difficult, so let's see just how many deaths to Murasa this will be. Quite a few difficult spells on this fight, though the non-spells are all static, so... Oh, yeah, I forgot to change stream layout. Thanks for reminding me. Alright, Sinkable Vortex. Yeah. Very, very awkward, difficult spell. That's understandable. But this is going to make the future spells even more awkward. Oh no! Okay, thankfully the leftover bullets didn't really like cause too much of a problem, but that's something that can happen with that non-spell. Because Sinkable Vortex spawns bullets all over the screen and beyond the screen boundaries as well, what can happen is that when you kill off the spell itself, the game clears off bullets in a specific radius from the center of the screen. But it clears off bullets, but it doesn't clear off enough bullets that are off screen. The bullets from Sinkable Vortex spawn so far off screen that they don't get caught in the clear wave, and they spawn in, or rather they fall onto the screen during the process of the third non-spell. That can happen if you kill off the spell at a bad timing, but thankfully there it didn't cause too much of a problem. Anyway, survival is routable, but it doesn't look like they're going by the route. And gorillaing this spell is kind of nerve-wracking in my opinion. The diagonal movements are very, very uncomfortable for me. But they're doing it just fine, so good job. So that's just one death to Vortex actually. Very nice. Okay, stage 5. It happens. It happens. Sometimes you just die to stage sections, and it just happens, and you just have to deal with it. But it's unfortunate. Probably could have tried to pick up the token there, but better safe than sorry. It's a difficult opener, yes, but it's also static. Yeah, delaying the spawn here until enemies actually spawn on screen. Oh, well, never mind, they just flew off. Oh, well, that's fine. Like, the rainbow would have been a bit awkward to try to collect anyway. Is the UFO gonna escape? It's fine, it's fine. Oh, wrong gap! This it can get kinda spooky sometimes, but the real spooky part is GT. Let's see how they do. Nice dodging. One more wave. Ah! Yeah. Very, very good effort still, but unfortunately, the last wave. If you stop shooting, you can skip the Death Fairy part of the post-mid-boss section, but well, all right, show. I mean, yeah, I think they stopped shooting after they died on GT, right? So that basically just means that they can skip the Death Fairy section. Because if you kill GT too quickly, the fairies from the beginning of the stage will spawn in. At the beginning of GT, I wasn't paying attention there, but I would guess the intention is the same. Though the player is in chat right now, Banana Walrus, so if you want to explain. But yeah, that was a nice cap of the first spell. The second spell, second non, is quite tricky. But this RNG looks to be fairly decent so far, actually. Alright. Adjusting your finger? Alright. AOJ, easy enough pattern. Though, I don't know, is this gonna be a timeout? Well, looks like it. Yeah. Need to move. Alright. AOJ timeout. Okay, spin strat on the third non. Very easy and a very safe way of doing this non-spell. Just needs to be careful of not getting kicked. Yeah, not shooting here so that Show doesn't just immediately kick you when you kill off the pattern. Alright, RTG. Nice. And finally, complete clarification. Ooh! Just a little bit more. And a very nice show fight. That's a really good show fight. Alright, we're gonna move on to stage 6 now. I think this is like 1 or 2 more red summons on this stage. I'm gonna assume that you didn't mean to pick that one up. It flew. It flew away. Huh? There's, I know you get one more for safe. Okay, that's fine. But you don't get a net token from summoning the green. You could have. What could have been done was to wait to summon a rainbow instead. But if you want to use a green for safety, then that's fair as well. But yeah, this is pretty much all the lives that they're gonna get now, so this is no need to go for any more summons, especially not on Space Invader section. No need to risk it anymore. Okay, final Niue ball. Ah, oh no! Oh no! Ah well, it happens. This is still 4 lives for Byakuran, which is quite a few, but Byakuran is a difficult fight, so let's see how this goes. Though with the earlier show fight, it does look like you're very, very good at late game. Okay, first non is very easy. Okay, straight away one of the most difficult patterns, Good Omen. That... Dying so early on Good Omen is like really bad because you have to dodge so much more of the pattern. But managed to make it through anyway, so I guess that's fine. Second non, another difficult point. Looks like they're gonna do the inside strat. Oh god, what? Okay, what was that? Magic butterfly, this is routing. That non was almost a disaster. Alright. Third non. Fairly simple non, can be awkward. Then, I forgot what this spell is called. But, this oh my god, what is happening? This spell should not be that difficult. Oh, 2 power. 2 power for GT. No, not GT. 2 power for DR. And this non. No, it's understandable. It's a tricky spell to try to read, but that was really bad. Oh my god! Going for one more circling, that's fine, that's fine. Alright. Devil's Recitation. This is going to be rough. At least Superhuman is not too bad. So if you make it through the oh my god. Alright, that's some very good dodging on the oh my god, that last weave through the bubble there. So they're going to have full power for LFS, at least, assuming that they don't die on Superhuman. Nice. Alright, LFS. So yes, unfocused shotgun does do slightly more damage than focus hitting. So that will allow them to do a little bit more damage, even at the bottom of the screen. What is that? Very nice! GG's. That was a 3-death Byakuren with 2 of the deaths being to Banana Laser spell. But yeah, very good run there. LNN show is definitely a big highlight of that run. But some awkward deaths on stage sections. It's understandable. Yeah, really good late game boss performance in general. Alright, our next run is going to be LOL-K LNB with Sanai. Now, the player is Adamelek, who you may recognize as the person who drew art for TWC, or rather is just a very good Touhou artist in general. They're also very good at Touhou. Oh, no, not that. They have done a Sanai LMB run of Loki. And let's switch to it real quick. Give me a second. Nice. Alright, let's have a look at the run notes. Skips are commentator's choice. Notes, even the people who draw Touhous can play the games. Yeah. Ada is a very, very good artist. For those of you who don't know about them, go check out their art on Twitter. And they provided a lot of, they provided an insane amount of wonderful art for TWC 2021. No, what am I saying? TWC 2022. So, if you haven't seen their work on that, you really need to go and check it out. But let's have a look at this run here. I'm going to skip the first... Yeah, I'm gonna skip through the first two stages, first three stages and stage 3 stage section, then we're gonna leave it to Doremi. So, Loki LMB. Loki is a game that gives you quite a few lives to work with if you know how to get the life pieces from chapter bonuses, but it's really, really difficult in late game. So, generally speaking, people don't really pick. Well, I guess Sanai is like one of the good choices for LMB, but we generally tend to see more Reimus because Reimu has slightly better boss performance, and also the smaller hitbox helps on Junko. It's definitely a very, very difficult LMB. Despite the number of lives you get, the game's difficulty is just really high. And the fact that you have to actively work for those extents as well. Ah! Yeah, I slowed this down because I kind of expected Lunar September to not go so well. Ringo's final is kind of stupid. Yeah. Alright, let's skip to stage 3 as well. Thankfully, Sanai's main advantage is that she has... Oh, okay, that was unfortunate. But Sanai has... What? It's fine, Loki gives you a lot of lives to work with, but... Sanai gives you the easiest stage sections because of the homing snakes. So you get to just like really focus on the boss fights. But to compensate, she has very low boss DPS, and yeah, that's Doremi's first down for you. Ah! Oh god, this is bad. Well, it's not really that bad. Like, that's... All the Doremi nons are difficult, but that's the main difficulty of the fight gone. And the spells are largely either routed or like not that difficult. So they'll be able to get those lives back. And stage 4 is a breather stage, so it's not... like, they should be able to get max lives back by Sakume. But this is just Loki. Ah, Doremi nons are brutal. Alright, Ocular Delusion. Third non, still quite tricky. Ooh! Alright. Now Dreamcatcher. Oh! That did not feel like it was the right place to be at all. No, not again! This is not great. I hope they have a route for the final. It is static. Alright, alright. Alright, stage 4 is quite a chill stage, especially with Sanai, so I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be right back. Did I miss anything? Did they die? No. Yeah, this stage is nothing. The Yin Yang orbs earlier is something that a lot of newer players they get really scared of because the lasers are really fast, but it's actually all aimed. They didn't do laser grace. Alright. So Sagume. Sanai can have a bit more trouble on Sagume than some of the other shots. Primarily because the homing snakes likes to the orbs that Sagume fires off can really distract Sanai's snakes and end up like causing you to do much less damage. But if you use some of Sanai's frogs to deal with them, then it's just fine. Ah! Oh no! No! This is what? that spell is free. That's really bad. Like, oh no. I don't know what to say. And yeah, this is the main problem with Sanai on Sagume. Where if you stay focused the entire time, you can end up doing much less damage than you really should be. Alright, one-winged right heron is interesting pattern, but you just kind of need to know how to read the laser gaps, and there should always be a pretty wide one for you to take. And then we go into stage 5, which is just a little bit more streaming stuff, so I'm gonna just rest my voice for a little bit right now. It's been quite some time since I did TRS, so my voice is a bit fucked. Alright, this is one of the main difficulty points of the stage section itself. These 3 death fairies that will spawn a bunch of random stars. There's ways to try to... you can either try to kill them, or you can... or you can try to dodge in the corner, but unfortunate. Okay, this section over here gets simpler if you use the unfocused frogs, but it's a little bit inconsistent, and it can still get quite scary if some of the green lasers decide to be a bit mean. Okay, then the racetrack section, which is static. And Sanai has a really nice time on it. Okay, final section. Sanai really helps here, but even she can't handle all of the fairy spam eventually, so you will still have to dodge some of the random star spam. But it's much more gentle than it would be with... forget I said anything. Okay, Clown Piece is where the difficulty really starts cranking up a big notch. First non, already really tricky pattern, really fast. You don't have a lot of time to read the stars, is the primary thing. Okay, first spell is static, so this should not be a problem. It's a very tricky survival for blind play, but outside of that, it should be a free pattern. Okay, second non. This is even faster than the first non, and you have a little bit, at least I think you have a bit more space to work with, but the stars are really hard to read. Okay, stars and stripes. This pattern is just about moving vertically into a high enough position every single wave, while making it through this random star. Oh god, that was a clip by the laser, of all things. Not quite high enough. Okay, third non is streaming with this random barrage. Should not be too difficult. Okay, then Gray's Inferno. There's pretty much you have to do a route on this. You have to figure out the strat and then you have to execute it. Perform specific grazes in such a way that it opens up a gap in the walls consistently. Otherwise, that happens. This is not looking so hot. I mean, they capped like all of the hard stuff on Clown Piece so far, but I'm wondering if this is going to be enough to survive Stage 6 and Junko. Stage 6 not so much, it's just rain, but Junko. Alright, Apollo Hoax Theory, the final is a survival. It's a completely static timeout, so you can make the same dodges every time. And be safe, but the general gist of it is just you want to follow the trio of rotating moons, and basically make minimal dodges between the fireballs. Aim static. Alright, stage 6. Pretty much only one difficult thing. Yeah, I got the 200 grace, which is very nice. But there's only one really difficult thing on this stage section, which is rain. Everything else is either a safe spot or safe strat, or it's just streaming. Nice. Okay. Oh, they're actually going to kill off the enemies here. So if you want to... The safe strat that people generally do is that they go to the top left and top right corners and they switch between them on each wave. Alright, rain. Starting in the middle, or this might just be for Grace. Alright, moving to the side. Restream. Nice, made it. Alright, now just slowly make it over to the other side again. Alright, lots of time. That's a cap! Really, really nicely done. Yeah, a late restream on rain is risky because obviously the gap that you make from the restream is going to be much more awkward to take, but that's a very nice cap of rain there, and that's gonna leave 6 lives for Junko, entering Junko, mind you. On the Junko fight itself, it's reasonable to expect earning like 2 more lives or so, so this is a huge margin of error for Junko, but at the same time, it's Junko, and a lot of things can go wrong very quickly. Like that. Like that. Junko's first non is a static ring, angled the same way every time. You just need to be at a specific angle from Junko based on her position, which you can align with the enemy indicator at the bottom of the screen. It's not supposed to be a difficult non-spell, but mistakes happen. Okay, this is Pure Light of the Palm. Very, very easy spell card. It's, I think the angle is random, but it's like I need to stop talking. Second non is just about finding a specific position at a specific angle away from Junko. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. Okay, Lilies of Murderous Intent. Lilies is very tricky. You have to deal with just random bullets that spawn from the base of the lilies when they spawn out. But more than that, the positioning of Junko when she fires off that big wave can really determines where you need to stand. If she's off to one of the sides, then you need to go to the other side and hug there, then dodge the random spam. But if she's near the middle, then you would prefer, generally speaking, to be near the middle as well. Off to the side a little bit. That horizontal lily at the end there was nerve-wracking. Alright, this non-spell is a pain in the ass. She's so low, what the fuck? Alright. She moved back up, but... Okay, nice cap. Modern Divine Spirit World, random bullshit. Well, it's not really bullshit per se, but you need to read and figure out a path fairly quickly as soon as the fireballs start unfolding. I think Sanai deals more shotgun damage with unfocused, but it's okay. Alright, very nice cap of Modern Divine Spirit World. So now we have the final non, which is Jump Rope non. Nerve-wracking non, honestly. Sometimes the angle of the bullets is just awkward, and a bunch of consecutive waves can just give you, and you can easily get sniped by a bullet from the bottom as well. But this is looking like a really good cap so far. Alright, Trembling Shivering Star. It's a meme spell, but it's easy to die to on nerves. Though they really shouldn't have nerves at this point. They have 4 lives for the rest of this fight, which is quite a lot, but also not enough at the same time. If something goes horribly wrong like the beginning of the fight, then easily the remaining patterns are all difficult enough to give them. But luckily enough, that's a cap. Pristine Lunacy. They should be able to get one more extend, so that's 5 lives for the rest of the fight. Oh, yeah. Pristine Lunacy is not an easy spell by any means, so that's to be expected. But that's a really early point to die to, so there's still a lot of the spell left. And yeah, PDH can die. You can die a lot of times to PDH easily. Alright, that's a good recipe. That's a nice rest of PL. Survival is not too difficult, just need to escape this ring as it spawns out every single time. It's gonna get a little bit faster as the time goes down, but it's still a fairly easy spell regardless, and they know what they're doing. So this should be a cap. And with that, they'll have 4 lives for PDH, which is going to be quite difficult to throw the runaway at that point from. Very nice. But PDH phase 3 onwards is the real difficulty, so we've just gotta wait for that to come in. Here we go. Two lives down. Wait, Sanai's not really doing damage. Wait. Alright. One life left. This is good dodging. Wow! Alright! Very, very nicely done. GG's. That is low K LMB with Sanai. The start of the Junko fight didn't go so well, but it's understandable. Probably nerfs happened, and it happens to everyone. But yeah, really nicely done. Alright. Yeah, 3 deaths to phase 3 of PDH and then capping phase 4 is unexpected, but honestly, that amount of clutch dodging at the end of the run is it's just something nice to cap it off with. Our final run of the day is going to be an SA LNNFS. I don't actually see this run on Maribel's website yet, but maybe it'll be added soon enough. Alright, let's have a look at the notes. Skip the usual, the note just says I love SA. Alright. We'll be skipping through to yeah, let's say we'll skip through to Yugi. Alright, I'm gonna go grab something. I'll be right back, probably before this boss fight is over. Alright, looks like we're just gonna be watching an LNN run at this point, so this is an LNN SS run, which means that they do actually cap Catwalk. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Catwalk is always quite a spooky spell. But other than that, as an LNN run, it's going to be quite a stable sort of run, I suppose. The strats are all there, the execution is going to be quite on point. Alright, Orin's second mid-boss appearance here. Nice. Okay, now restream the other way. Couple more lasers. And then we have the last section of Death Fairies. I believe that these are actually just aimed, if I'm not wrong. And the final Death Fairy there. Alright, Satori. Rainbow Ace Satori has a few difficult patterns. Well, out of the 3 spells, 2 of them can be considered to be quite difficult. But one of them is free, so let's see how bad they get here. First, Terrible Souvenir is like a static-ish. It's a root-ish pattern. You just kind of do the same thing every time in a workout. Alright, double Black Death Butterfly. A lot of curving butterfly bullets, and they can come in at very awkward angles and surround you in very awkward angles. Looks to be fairly alright so far. Yeah, this looks okay. Alright. Then the next spell, Flying Insect's Nest. The aiming of the butterflies will aim towards the player roughly after you bounce off the walls. It makes the spell actually very awkward to deal with because the bullets will keep angling at fairly awkward timing if Satori is too far off to the side. And you have to deal with these laser walls where you're basically unable to really make any like aiming adjustments. So you have to make you have to pick the right gaps. And finally, oh, Ethical Boap. Alright then. Usually people will safe spot this spell because you can be right next to Satori inside of the bullet spawn circle, and the bullet fog will not hit you, and the space spot is quite easy to get into, so it's a much more popular alternative, but Ethical Boap is always a nice thing, I guess. Okay, stage 5 stage section starts off with just pure streaming. This section onwards, you want to make sure that you kill off these yin yangs in an orderly fashion, but you also do want to kill them off quickly. Then killing off these two, which will be followed up by a streaming section. Not firing here will allow you to not kill off any of the spirits, which is, for pure survival, it's a good thing because the spirits fire revenge bullets, as you can see, are aimed. But again, I mean, because they're aimed and they're completely aimed, like there's no funky aiming or anything, so it's completely, usually quite safe to just shoot at them a little bit as well, as long as you don't wall yourself out. Orin's mid-boss first non is just about making, moving along these like passages. Though you will want to avoid timing it down completely. The stall there is intentional, specifically to avoid a part of the post-mid-boss section, because that part is actually quite difficult as well. Then the second non-spell there, a little tricky to read, but this is the main difficulty of trying to take care of Orin mid-boss. But Rainway only has to do 1.5 waves of catwalk, so most of this popcorn section gets to be avoided. So if the mid-boss is timed down completely on the non-spells, or the boss is killed too quickly, then there's going to be a lot more of that earlier section, and you can already see that even though that section is mostly gone, there's still a little bit of the leftover popcorn which is still spawning in because of this stage section. There'll be a lot more of that popcorn which spawns a lot more random stuff, and when you kill them they force you to stream as well, so it's generally just a very nasty section, very random. And it's a decision on the players to decide whether they want to face Catwalk or they want to face the popcorn section on LMB and higher tiers of play. Those specific, some shots will definitely prefer to face Catwalk because they can like actually deal with it at a reasonable amount of time, and they might not have the range or the capability to deal with popcorn that well. And Rainbow A, I think generally Rainbow A will want to face Catwalk more than popcorn. Anyway, Orin's first non is a safe spot. She actually fires off random pellet spam from her torch thing, but you standing on there will prevent any of that from spawning. Doesn't work on this spell obviously, and there's zombie fairies that will explode when you kill them off, but they will respawn. So your goal with starting, part of what makes a safe spot so good is also that it lets you misdirect those zombie fairies upwards automatically at the start of the first spell, which gives you a much easier time. Alright, this is going to be the bottom, or rather the low safe spot for the second non. You can also do it above her, or you can choose to not do it at all. You can, yes, you can skip Catwalk. If you time down either the first or second mid-boss non of Orin mid-boss, then you will not face Catwalk or any of the remaining boss patterns, and you'll just skip straight to Popcorn Hill. But you'll have to face a lot more of it. It doesn't work on anything past this game though, because the mid-boss spells will be forced out regardless of whether or not you time out the mid-boss non, so you can't skip GT for that reason. Okay, third non is fairly simple. Then we have Needle. Well, I forgot what this spell is called, but this is fairly difficult. A lot of just micro dodging, while also having to macro around these ghost wheels. They're moving to the right every wave because they want to misdirect the ghost wheels so that the gap will spawn roughly below Orin. Because the gap of the ghost wheels is always angled at the same, in the same way relative to the player every single time. Then this looks like a speed kill strat for the final. Oh, looks like it went wrong, but managed to recover regardless. Nice cat. Alright, stage 6. Stage 6 is mostly streaming. Give me a sec, I'll go grab something as well. Okay. Yeah, this is Oren's final attack in this game, but it's just left-right movement, so it should not be a difficult thing for these players. Ah, that's... that's a bit spooky. Two more little Boab spirits later. We're going to face off against the final boss now. And Touhou is generally not a very difficult boss apart from her first two patterns, apart from her first two spells. So let's see how bad the RNG gets on the first two spells, because that pretty much dictates the difficulty of the fight. Alright, UNR. Looking okay so far. Alright, one more wave. Okay, never mind, one more. Nice cap. Okay, second non. This is the safest way of doing this non. If you follow Touhou roughly near the top of the screen, there's going to be a nice gap that you can take where the Mentors won't be spawning. Then you get to go back to the middle and damage Touhou while she fires off aim bubbles. And now Petal Flare. Very, very oh my god. Very random. Can wall you out of nowhere, but mostly also the small blue bullets can also be difficult to read. It's being mostly nice so far, apart from a little being a bit spooky at the start, but there we go. Alright, third non-spell is a safe at the bottom of the screen. Then there's a safe line that you can take on 10 evil stars. That's here. Then you just have to focus on left-right movement. Only 3 patterns left. Final non here. You can't quite do the safe strat from the second non, but the Mentors are much sparser here, so it's not that much more difficult either. Alright, Hell's Tokamak. Just pure reading and micro from 2 directions. Alright, final pattern. Subterranean Sun. The main difficulty of the pattern comes from these random pellets that spawn out from the middle. You're getting sucked in alongside the red bullets, and the gravity will increase over time, which forces you to make more and more frantic dodges outwards, while also having to juggle with finding a gap in the random bullets that are moving into you. But there we go. And that is an essay Reimu A LNNFS that caps Catswalk. GG's. Again, I don't know who this player is. I also don't see this run on Maribel's website. Maybe we'll see it eventually. But yeah, that's a pretty standard LNN, if you can call it an LNN standard. But yeah, like they knew what they were doing the entire way through, which you would expect from like an LNN level player. So yeah, there we go. That's the final run that we have for today, and that's all for today's TRS. Thanks for coming down to watch on the Sunday TRS. I know it's been quite some time since we have a Sunday TRS. There's just not really been any available hosts on Sundays for whatever reason. So the queue, unfortunately, is piling up again. We're going to, well, I don't know but I'll try to do more of these on Sundays and help to get through the queue in a reasonable fashion so that we can get, not have a 1 month plus backlog again. But no, I can't really guarantee that I'll be able to do it every single time. So we'll see. Anyway, next time we will be back on next Saturday, assuming nothing happens to Gastari. Gastari will likely go through another 7 runs, and yeah, we'll just see you then. For those of you who haven't already, we have a Discord server that Nightbot's been posting every now and then. Let me go ahead and grab the link. TRS has a Discord server. Join it. If you want to make any amendments to your existing TRS submissions, then there's a channel in there to do that. If you have any questions about TRS, there's also a channel in there to ask about. And of course, TRS stream pings and the like, as well as a lot of community engagement happens in the Discord server. So join that if you haven't already. And we'll see you back next week for another TRS.